Hello everyone, Walter Winter here, and today we're going to be talking about 5 different ways to kill anybody in a Minecraft server, a fight, or whatever you're doing. But before we start the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to help a fellow small creator just like me to grow and reach more people. Let's begin. So let's start by walking over here. Wrong station. Start by walking over here. We have the standard kit. Now, if you recognize this at all, this is what you'll normally see in a kit. You'll have some potions, your weapons, your gaps, your water, your webs, wind charges, your totem, and really this kit mostly consists of just hitting the player, maybe doing a little bit of axe critting in there, whatever you need to do to break their shield possibly, and in this way, you're just killing them using your skill. No outside things. It's all the person, let's say, that's better at, getting your enemy into a web and critting them out. Or whatever that would be. This is a skill-based kit. I would recommend this kit to people who are better at the game and people who understand a lot more about Minecraft mechanics. Let's put this back. Now let's move on to the next one, which is the Mace. Now the Mace is an extremely powerful weapon that the farther you fall, the more damage it does. Observe. Look at that. And I also have the Windburst enchantment, which allows me to launch myself up into the air. Hold up, let me actually just steal some of the wind charges in here. I know that's not what they were for, but whatever. And in this case, I'm doing probably around, if this player actually had full enchanted netherite, probably something around maybe even like, what, like 4 hearts? Yeah, something like that. And mace combos are especially overpowered. You get several hits in, and Windburst launches you high and adds on to the height that you already had in the air. Oh, I'm bad at this. Alright. Let's put all this back. Ooh, I'm bad at these. And let's send all of our winters back in there. And now we can move on to the next kit, which we're going to be doing a little something called cart PvP. Now this is our first one that definitely depends on your skill level. I just need to / give myself rail 63. That's better. This one is entirely skill and is also extremely difficult to do. But there's an upside. It is easily the most overpowered one. Well, maybe behind the mace. Or the next mace technique we'll be looking at. All you have to do is you can either do the extremely difficult way, like that. Oh, I actually just did that first try. It's kind of cool. Let me grab. Where did the. Did I just. Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. We don't need the armor stand. Or. Oh, I just want to put on full leather, right? Or we can do the easier technique if you are worse at the game, which would be. This is still a little bit hard. Oop. I can't do it because, I don't practice one. With this one, shoot an arrow up, and we hit it like that. Pretty simple. What this does is this just launches an explosion into your enemy, exploding them. You see that broke the armor stand in one hit, and that probably would have done close to their entire health bar, if not their entire health bar. So it is very overpowered. Alright, let's move on. Next, we have a technique that I have covered in a previous video. You should go watch that. It should be on screen right now. And that is Elytra macing. Let's grab our mace, Elytra, or chest plate, put on the Elytra. Let's set up our hotbar. Alright, and this uses the Elytra to launch yourself. How did I miss that? To launch yourself up. To launch yourself up to mace your opponent. If you want to learn how to do this, it's a long and it's a bit of a difficult thing to learn, so I won't be able to teach it in this video. But you can watch my other video on Elytra macing. All it is just launching yourself up with your Elytra and bringing down the mace on them. Because remember, the mace does more damage the further you're falling. You fall. So being able to gain a lot of height with the Elytra and be able to move very quickly because of, the Elytra and firework speed It's just overall extremely overpowered. And during this technique, you can still do other, different mace techniques, whichever one you want to do. All right, let's launch this guy back here real quick. I just want him to get on the platform. Okay, I guess he just doesn't want to get on the platform. All right, let me slash clear myself. Now we can move on to the strongest technique I've been able to find in the game. This one does require your opponent to be on the ground, but this technique is so overpowered that players were able to use this to kill the deadliest Minecraft player, Clown Pierce. You need is a bow with infinity. Well, you don't need infinity, but you just need to be able to use a bunch of harming arrows, and cobwebs. This technique is called candy crushing. What it consists of is I just missed every single web. Is webbing your enemy and spamming those bow shots. Now I know that broke the armor stand in one hit because it is a bow shot, but take it into this. So let me just slash give myself some harming arrows. Oh, I think I actually have to go in creative in this one for this one. Game mode, creative. Let me grab some harming arrows. Alright, slash game mode SU. Alright, now just for reference, you see how I'm spamming these shots here? Every one of those shots does 1 to 2 hearts of damage. That's without power on the bow. With power, that'd be 3 hearts per shot. Now, this was true up until they nerfed it a little bit back, but it is still extremely powerful, dealing 2 hearts of damage per bow shot. And look at that. Look at how fast you can run through almost a stack of those. You can't fully spam click it. There is a little bit of a timing if you want the fastest. But yeah. Now, why the cobwebs is just because the player doesn't, or the opponent does need to be still during all this. So I'm going to miss these shots, but oh, I did actually hit it. But yeah. That is definitely the most overpowered technique. Now, mastering all these techniques, all 5 of these techniques, would make you one of the most formidable players anyone could fight. Because not only can you use explosives to your advantage, but you can fly up in the air whenever you're in danger and mace down on them. Or you can use the regular mace techniques to kill them with, well, the mace. And you can use your skill to combo your enemies, putting them into webs, critting them out, and killing them. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.